Hi, recording. Okay, hi, Lauren, team Fit to Be Happy, January 21st. Yay, 2015. Weekly team call. So thank you guys for being on the call. I love my little Brady bunch. I think some of you guys are missing, but that's fine. I am stoked. We have Success Club, all rock stars. Where's Michelle? Why is Michelle not on the call? Well, Michelle is hitting Success Club or close to it. Nicole has hit Success Club and then some. Jessica, Stars Coach, hit Success Club and then some. I just hit Success Club. Joe, I know you're pushing for it. And Allison, I know there's no reason not to. So other Allison, thumbs up. Where are you? Can you give me numbers? Oh, come on. We can do it. All right. Well, I just wanted to welcome you guys. Also say I'm really excited. January is a good month. Kind of a slow month, but we've got really, really, really good things coming. So, if people aren't necessarily giving you yeses just yet, they're going to come. So, keep getting plugged in, keep posting every day. Those people that you think aren't listening to you, they're going to come around. So don't, just because you're not where you want to be right now doesn't mean that it's not coming, because Nicole can contest to this. Those people that, say no, 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 come out of the woodworks, and it's on their time, and that we should be okay with that because it needs to be on their time. So tonight I want to talk about Team Cup, Success Club. One really, really, really huge incentive, if you've seen it, Beachbody On Demand. If you hit Success Club this month, I'll say it again, if you hit Success Club this month, that's just 5. So that means 3 people. You will get the opportunity, the same as the elite coaches, which I always feel really left out because they get to do something special. But you guys will get the same chance as elite coaches. Beachbody will give us the link for us to test run the On Demand. So I love incentives. I think starting in January is when I started to really see a lot more incentives with Beachbody. I got a jump mat last year. I had a bunch of free stuff. Jump mat, there was a shaker cup, books, lots of really good books. But anyways, it's really cool when you start to, lots of t-shirts, lots of free t-shirts, Pio t-shirts, P90 t-shirt. It's just fun when you have that stuff in your arsenal. So this is a really cool one. And then we have coming 21-Day Fix Extreme. So if you haven't done the 21-Day Fix, either one doesn't matter. They're both on sale. Any previous customers doing 21-Day Fix is the opportunity to take it to the next level, especially if they like Autumn as a trainer. And then anyone that hasn't done it at all, like, this is opportunity. Base kits will also ship free. And the the original will be on sale, as well as the Extreme. Then we can talk about upcoming groups. And if you guys have not looked at it, the Power of Threes, please print one out. I have been really trying to use it, but at the same time, have you guys, you can give me thumbs up, seen the Excel document that I gave you to help track your customers in your current challenge groups? I have printed out all of those pages, and I think that's what's kept me organized over the last couple of weeks more than anything. The Power of Threes kind of follow in that same realm. For me, my Excel really works for me because I can put my leads in there, people that I'm talking to. One thing that's missing that I need to add in, and I added it, was anything I've sold this month as well as last month, but I need like a hot list for customers. So customers that not necessarily are in a challenge group, with people that you need to connect with on a regular basis, I want them on my hot list. And that just reminds me that have I sent them a text recently? Have I sent them an email? So Power of Threes, that's all about the inviting, the follow-up. It is the key to your business. If you come to me and say, man, I'm stuck at 0 and I don't know what's going on and no one's saying yes to me, the first thing I'm going to say is, are you really inviting? Are you really following up? And then if you are, maybe you're not doing a good enough job of getting the yeses, or I don't like to call them no's, I call them not nows. So really strategically, setting yourself up for them to give you the ability to say, I am interested, or I'm not interested, but maybe later I will be, and then putting them on a list so that you can move on. And then the biggest thing, these are the highlights, and I'll go back into everything. The biggest thing is just being real and honest on Facebook. If you don't have your Facebook public, consider it. The reason I say that is because other people will find you and your network will get bigger. That freaks me out with you know, family and kids and all that on Facebook. All that stuff for me on a personal side is still private. So only my friends see that stuff. It's not public. When I go to post, I have the option of picking public or friends only. Or you can even, I don't know if you've ever noticed, you can pick specific friends. You can pick family members only to see certain pictures. So there's a lot more versatility. So anytime I do something where I congratulate a coach or I talk about someone that did a challenge group with me, I always make it a public post, because then their friends see it, their friends of their friends see it, and your network gets bigger and bigger. So if you're not public, at least make sure that you're making your posts that are about Beachbody and your coaching public. So make sure you pick that option when you post about your recipe or the meal that you had that day or your workout you did that day. Just make sure that you're making those public. Star, I'm so impressed you're still on this phone call right now. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to dive right in. Team Cup. There are enough of us that we have been able to split the team up. There's 5 on each team. Hopefully you guys are okay with these numbers, and I'll post it later. I know, Star, you said you feel like you're pulling people down right now, but I just think it's an incentive for you to hit Success Club next month and then some. So I'm going to go ahead and announce Star, and I'm going to call it Star's team. You guys can come up with the name or whatever, but I think if everyone's okay with it, it should be Star, Megan, Jessica Brott, Michelle, and Gina McKinney, who is sick right now but on the call. I invited her to be on the team with us. She didn't have a team yet. So that is Star's team, because we can only max that at 5. Allison from Jennifer's team, I don't mean to leave you out. If you don't have a team yet, we'll find you one and we'll help you put one together. My team will be me, Nicole, Johanna, Angela, and Allison. So there's 5 of us. So those will be the teams. Team Cup's really cool. Again, lots of incentives. Oh yeah, that's what I got. I got a chair with an umbrella. I got a cooler bag. I have a Beachbody blanket, a bunch of stuff. So usually it's fun. It's a good way to push your business forward. We as a team, Nicole and I talked about it, want to do a really good job of rallying around each other and really building up the Team Cup in terms of support. If we need a specific call about it for the inviting process or the follow-up process, we really want to focus on helping everybody on our team and our other team hit Success Club 5 and then some, because the bigger you hit it, the bigger the prizes are, and it's just fun. So we really want to do a really good job of starting the year out right with doing the Team Cup. The next thing we talked about, Success Club On Demand. If you haven't hit Success Club yet, no excuses. We'll figure it out. If you're stuck, let's look at your list. Post to the team. That's what the team group is for. So if you guys are struggling and you're not sure what it is, post it to the team. Get feedback from everybody. Or if you have a specific question, that way everyone can see it, and then we can really talk about moving the business forward. We still have on sale 3-day refresh. There's still time for that. I'm pushing hard for that. The Diet Vet group that we put together, I don't know who everyone is. That's one of the downsides, and I don't know who friends of friends are, but I am trying to reach out to people still and mention Shakeology or getting the last few pounds off with doing the 3-day refresh at the end. So that's why I've kind of talked about the Shakeology now. So if you haven't reached out to them, reach out to them, because I feel like between today and tomorrow, it'll be kind of the last time to get it in time. What else? I think that's it for Success Club. Nicole, am I missing anything? No. Okay. 21-day fix. Most of us have done it. Allie, you're the only one that hasn't done it. I sent you a lot of information, so hopefully that'll kind of get you caught up a little bit. Start reaching out to old customers. And if you're not asking for referrals yet, you should be. And you can promote it in the sense that, like, you're not directly looking for someone to give you business, but at the same time, you're still offering them something, but just asking something in return, especially if they've done your group before, they've seen success with the program. Make sure I'm going to run, again, you can run your groups however you like in terms of your dates, but I'm going to run a group starting February 2nd. The reason being is I know that I have current customers that have the program. They have the program, they need to use it, they're not using it. So I want to revamp with the current people that I have. I have a couple new ones, but this program is big enough now. When you say 21-day fix, people go, oh, I want that. When it first came out, no one knew what it was. So use the images, use the container system images, use the originals. I used to not use the originals because no one knew what it was, but now I'm posting with just the original photos of 21 Day Fix, and people know what it is, and they're directly coming to me because of that. So if you don't have a Facebook event for it yet, put one together. Don't put it together assuming everyone's going to join you, but put it together in the sense that you can use that in the inviting process. The reason I say that is when you send an email to someone, you can say, I'm putting this group together. I'm really excited about using the containers again. I'd love for you to join me. This is why I've seen success with the program. Give it your personal touch, why you like it, why you've seen success with the program. But then you can add in the email, I'd love to invite you, please join here. And then you can use your Facebook event for those people to either say yes or say no. Hopefully most of the time if they are interested, they do say yes. Secondly, it gives you an opportunity when you put the group together and you put the email together to also say to someone that has already done the program, or anyone that hasn't done the program, say like, I'm really looking to build up my team. Do you happen to have a friend that maybe wants to do the program with you? Or, does your mom want to do the program with you? Or incentive, huge incentive. It doesn't cost you that much at the end of the day because it does help you and you have control over how you promote the program. But you also can always offer maybe one of the free workouts. I think there's one under $20 that's a 21 Day Fix specific program. Now that the containers have, you can buy just the containers. They're back, or they're in stock finally. You can even offer an extra set of containers. I think they're $20 or something, but for our discount, they're even less than that. So you can offer incentives. You can say, hey, if you send me X amount of referrals, I'll put your name in a list with an opportunity to win one of these free prizes. People always like freebies. So I hate to see you spend money, but at the same time, it's a good incentive. Again, you have control over that. And if you really feel like you could do it, you could always even offer maybe at the end of February, and you could say it's starting now, but an opportunity for someone to win maybe just the extreme version. You can, divvy in for that. It's still probably, I think, $60. I think it should be the same pricing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's like $50 for us with shipping. So if you feel that you could take that to the next level, if you really can get someone to bring you 2 to 3 referrals, maybe it's an incentive if they already have the 21 Day Fix to maybe give them the extreme program. So if you're not working your referrals, work them now. And that also goes back to, remember as coaches, we got into this because we love the products. We were proof of the products work, and we share that. In sharing, we do know that we're selling, but we don't want to sell in the sense that we're directly selling. You don't want to just say to everyone, do the 21 Day Fix. It should be a program for most people, but at the same time, remember, ask questions first and then fit the program that fits to those people. Don't just automatically say, take this, take that. I've seen it with a few other coaches, not a few, but I've had a specific customer come to me and say that their previous coach was just so aggressive that was so aggressive that they just got tired of answering emails, and so they just completely ignored it. They said no a million times. So we don't want to get to that point. So that's why I say be real, speak from the heart, how the program works for you, why it works for you, why you love it, and why you want other people to do it, because anyone can go online and grab a program. They buy it because of you. So don't forget the realness of that and losing that in a sense.
Hey, Lauren,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, did you see on Fitness Magazine, it was listed one of the DP workouts?
Yeah, I saw 21 Day Fix and the P90 from Tony Horton. Yeah, that was awesome. That was a really good. I'm actually going to share that with some people. And she was on the cover of Oxygen magazine. I still have that if anyone needs a picture of it, or you could probably find it. But she was on the cover of Oxygen magazine. And if some of you don't know this, what I like about her even more is she's a real mom. So she looks fantastic, but she's had a kid. So it's not like this is before, because so many of us, and moms especially, were like, man, we struggle because we had a baby and we had all this extra weight. And it's like, well, yeah, she did too. So, it gives her a little more validity, which I think is really unique about the trainer specifically. That's all I have. Do you guys want to interrupt about 21 Day Fix? Quick questions, Success Club, Team Cup, any of that real quick? I feel like I've talked a lot. So anyone want to chime in?
I was going to say one thing about 21 Day Fix. I think it's also a great program for people that are at least my parents' age. My parents are in their early 60s. So even if you've thought about, moms, people that haven't worked out ever, or people that work out a lot, they might like it too. But I know I've had a lot of success with that age group as well. So think about some of those people, like a neighbor or your mom, your dad, or coworkers that are that age, because they seem to really be drawn to that program too.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you said that. One of my favorite customers last year was actually my best friend's mom, and she bought it right before she turned 60, and she saw huge success with it. Lost, I think, oh my goodness, let me remember. I think she lost like 12, 15 pounds, which, most people in their 60s, they're like, I can't lose weight. I'm older and my metabolism slows down and I can't lose weight anymore. She lost 12 pounds, like significant amount of weight. And she continued it on and she really liked it. Key factor for me, and I've never been able to get it to properly run into it that way, but I feel like any of your clean eating groups, this really should be a program that latches on to any of those people that really liked your free clean eating groups, because it just goes hand in hand with the nutrition. We're not nutritionists. We know, what works for us, or we've had a lot of experience with different things, but this really truly should be a program where you're like, hey, I've got a nutrition solution for you. And now if they don't want to do the workouts, you can buy the portion fix, which is technically the 21-day fix, just the nutrition side of it. So this should be something that you guys use nutritionally for everything you do. I mean, regardless of the program. Star had a lot of success with that. You were doing the P90X3, but doing the eating portion of the 21-day fix. So this translates into all the programs. The new Insanity Max 30 put in the 21-day fix container system guidelines. And I think they'll continue to do that with all their programs. So any questions about Team Cup, Success Club, quick questions, customer invites, like anything you guys are struggling with? I feel like I talked a lot, so I just wanted to give you a chance to ask any questions really quick. Let's see you coming.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Just in y'all's experience, just because I'm new at this, just inviting people to different groups, like 3-day refresh, 21-day fix, and like doing that stuff. I don't want to come across like I'm selling, obviously, but I do need to like give information because I don't think people really understand what it is, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know where I'm going with this, but what I'm trying to say, just from inviting people and doing all that stuff, they're kind of like saying yes, but then they don't really know what they're saying yes to. Does that make sense?
Yes, when you put a bunch of invites and then everyone says yes to every single one of them.
And then they're like, wait, what did I just say yes to? I have no idea what's going on.
Mm-hmm. I can get some advice on this because I feel like I have the same issue, and what a lot of the really successful coaches say is just the consistent. I've had more success lately because I'm consistently giving those messages and actually having phone calls with people.
Sure.
I think it goes back to just the basics, building the relationships. But I know where you're going from, or where you're coming from, because I have the same issue. And I'm like, you get so excited because people say yes, and then they're like, I think it's part of being a newer coach, and they just have to wait and see, like, is she really all about this, or is she gonna jump off the wagon next month too? So putting yourself out there continually, it's almost like planting the seeds, but you have to wait for them to grow.
Okay.
And if you're consistent, they will.
Okay. Thank you.
That help. I know it's not the easy answer.
No, I know.
Well, but also too, Allison, having all those groups works for a seasoned coach or even a new coach if you have the time allotted for it, but be careful because you don't want to feel like you have to duplicate. And I always say it, like everything that I'm doing or everything Nicole's doing, because then you have 6 groups and you're like, oh my God, which one am I doing? What am I doing? However, if you do have people, there's like a flip side. So there's a negative because then you feel like you're doing so much and then everyone's coming for everything. And then it's like, how do I fit all those needs? That's why I created the Fitness League, was to resolve regardless of the program, you can come if you're serious about losing weight or you wanted to do something all in, like it didn't matter what the program was. So that was the idea of the Fitness League, to kind of mask the all programs. But on top of it, what I was going to say, if you have people liking everything or saying they're going, but then they don't know what they're doing, that is a really good opportunity for you just to open the door, period.
Sure.
So that should be, I like what Nicole said, that should be more of an opportunity like, hey, here's some information that I usually ask my customers, what are you looking for? Kind of that that list that I'll say, you know, like what kind of exercise do you normally like to do? What are you looking for? But it also, after that, it gives you a chance to either, you know, if email works, fantastic. But if not, like, hey, can I schedule time to talk to you? Like, hey, what are you really looking for? I can help you. There are a variety of programs you can do. It's different for everyone. So it is an open door for you, but just be careful. It's a fine balance. I know in the beginning, it's overwhelming, easily overwhelming. That's why we like to do groups together, so that you can kind of tag on. If you had one person that wants to do 21-day fix and you only have one person that wants to do 3-day refresh, then you have the team to lead on for that, for those groups. But from an inviting process, you know, maybe if for you, if it's more generalized, maybe not so much the programs you feel like, because they're coming to you because you're a coach and they like what you're doing. They're not, right now, they're not specifically coming to you for the programs. I don't know. Is that helping?
Yeah, it is. And I just like think back when you invited me to, like, you know, all the things, and I never said yes until like I was ready to say yes, you know, and then at that point I was all in, you know what I mean? So I think it's, you know,
and that's kind of what I was saying before is like, we need to do a good enough job that, yes, we know we're selling someone a program, but our initial intention is to build a relationship and to help someone genuinely. So if we lead with those intentions, the rest follows. And like you said, sometimes people aren't just ready, or maybe they are ready, but they're not sure, or maybe they're too nice to say no and we end up being pushy because we kept asking too many times. So that's why I said, like, if you're very real about it, like, honestly, even if in an email you had to say like, hey, this is my third email. You kind of said you were interested, but you're not you know, like, you're not really telling me you are, but you told me to come back. Like, I don't want to get annoyed, you know, like, I'm sorry I'm asking. So like, if January is a bad time, like, should we shoot for February? If you're just not sure, you don't know where to start, like, do we need to have a conversation of like baby steps, you know, like do a free clean eating group? Like speak like you would to a friend. Like, even if you whole honestly are like, man, I'm starting to feel like I'm annoying her, or I've asked her so many times, like, put that in an email. Cause like I did that one time where I was like, hey, I've already asked you, I'm getting ready to do my group. I'm not trying to be pushy about this, or I feel like I'm starting to ask so many times, it's probably getting on your nerves. And then they'll respond back with like, oh, no, you're not getting on my nerves at all. I'm so sorry I didn't respond. It's real. It speaks from the heart. And we do so much stuff online. So it just seems the emotion gets taken out of it. So if you feel like you're being salesy, you're probably being salesy.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're speaking from the heart and people just aren't necessarily following yet, it's kind of like Nicole said, this is a new thing. So they're waiting to see if this sticks around for you, and if this is really real. And if it is, then those people that are kind of hesitant, they don't come just yet, but they come later. And they definitely come later because they say, oh, I've been watching it for a while and you're still, what's this thing you're doing? So it comes.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Joe, did you want to say something?
I was just going to say, I'm talking to somebody right after this, and she's, you know, and I think it's just that I've decided, you know, I'm just going to have a conversation with her about, you know, her struggles and what she's really looking for. I'm not necessarily going to mention the programs unless she's asking, because she's asked me before, what are you doing? So if she's asking me and she wants to do, maybe I'll focus with her on nutrition. Is this what she's struggling with? And then if she wants to, you know, if she is looking for something that she, you know, a workout at home, or then I can do that. But I think I'm going to let her do all the talking. I don't know if that's a good strategy, but I do feel like sometimes when I do mention the programs that I'm just selling, you know, I'm trying to sell, you know, selling a program. So I don't want to sound like that. I want to tell them about my experience and then let them ask the questions.
I think that's fantastic. I think when we first start, we lead with the programs and stuff because that's what we know works and we feel that it works and we know why it works, but they don't necessarily get that quite yet. So it's building the trust first. But just to kind of point out, and I know when we have those conversations with people, it ends up being very time consuming for us and we're limited on time. So that's why challenge groups and Facebook works great for so many of us and for what we do, because it kind of helps drive those same people into the same place so that you're having maybe one conversation with 10 of those people versus 10 different conversations at 10 different times that you don't necessarily have time for. However, that doesn't always work. So if you know, like you only have a limited time, like Joe, if you have one of those people that eventually will come on board and she's one of your 3 people for the month, I still think that's a win. It might feel like more time and energy that you might not necessarily have, but I think it's a better relationship that down the road ends up into more referrals, which ends up into better relationships, so on and so on and so on. So it's easy to get stuck in the bandwagon and you need 10, 15 people and you have a lot of business, but at the same time, then the relationships aren't valid. So those people that really need your genuine support, give it to them. But at the same time, I made the mistake in the beginning. You're not a nutritionist. You're not a trainer. You can be a friend. You can be there to help, but always lead them back to the programs, because you'll spend so much time and energy on not leading them back to the programs, because we know they work and we follow them and we live by them. So it's easy to speak from them, but then we end up losing the aspect of getting them to the program. So it's kind of a fine line, but if you are speaking to her about the nutrition, like still try to guide her, you know, to the 21-day fix or to the 3-day refresh, or, you know, like, because that's what you can speak from, you know, because you're not a nutritionist and this is what our business is. So.
Right. And the person that finally bought like the 3-day refresh package from me, she's been, you know, I've talked to her like 4 months ago, and it's interesting, like you said, you know, if you keep, Nicole was mentioning this, that, you know, just keep doing what you're doing, and then they are actually looking and noticing. So she finally came around and she just said, you know, I want to do this, so let me know, tell me what I have to do. So I mean, sometimes you feel like you want to give up, but they are watching. So it's always good to put yourself out there, which is, I'm learning, I'm not good at that. And I hate doing that, but I'm trying.
It's okay. It's okay. I think you're doing awesome. We're down to 9 minutes. Nicole and I talked, I don't know where her picture went, if she's still here, but Nicole and I talked a lot earlier this afternoon, and I wanted to give her a chance to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about the power of threes, because I think this just kind of goes back into the last bit of what I was talking about. Because I feel like we've covered everything tonight, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of, you know, a takeaway of a chunk in terms of how we're reaching Success Club, how to do your challenge groups, how to communicate with people, and so on. So I'm going to open it to you, Nicole. Can you hear me, Nicole? She's frozen. She looks really funny. Is it me frozen on everybody? All right. Hello, Nicole. That's really weird. Nicole.
Can you see me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but your picture looks so strange.
Oh.
That's okay. I can hear you now. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it to you. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, but is my face moving now?
Yeah, your face is moving now.
I always, first of all, sorry, I always have these calls when I don't have makeup on. It's awful. I see my picture and I'm like, ooh. But anyway, yeah. So one of my goals that Laura and I were talking about is just going back to basics. And they just, you know, if you follow any of those coaches that are super successful, that's what they all say. You have to invite, you have to friend. I mean, I've been, you know, I don't want to sound tedious, but I even like, you know, respond a little bit more to people's Facebook posts, just anything, just comment on them. Oh, you look so pretty. Things like that. And they're real thoughts, but it's just putting yourself out there. I've also been looking through people I may know and inviting 3 new people, or friending 3 new people a day. And I've just had people come to me that I never thought would come to me. And I think it's because of this whole consistency. Been about 2, I mean, I've had periods of on and off, but you know, overall the consistency, I feel like I'm starting to get those people coming that like out of the woodwork, is as they say. But there were so many times, like I told Lauren, that I just wanted to give up here or there. And we always said, you just go back to the basics. The inviting, and that Power of 3 spreadsheet is very helpful because you can just track it all there. And that's what you have to do. I got away from writing down. I would just go look through what I had emailed people and think of things, but tracking it keeps you organized, and then you follow up with people. Time really ever that when you start to get down about it, just bring yourself back to the basics. and what they keep telling you to do. And it's very, very simple steps written out, but we get so far away from them. You know, sometimes we concentrate so much on that perfect picture, or, you know, the right caption on our picture and the right look. And in reality, what we're saying is a little more important, and the people that want to read it are going to read it. And there's a little bit of catchiness with the picture, but for the most part, it's what you're saying. So, you know, you remember that too. Don't waste time on some of the things that probably don't matter. Just go back to the basics.
I agree with that, Nicole. Thank you for pointing that out, especially for new coaches. If you find yourself on Pick Monkey for like more than 10 minutes trying to put the perfect picture together, it's not going to make or break it. And if you didn't have your text on your picture and the kids are screaming in the background and you know you need to really post it and you want to post it really quick, just go for it. Who cares? It doesn't need to be a perfect picture. Again, same thing. Like if there's weaknesses, you have to spend a lot more time on stuff. Like put those on your to-do list for later on, because you're going to, I used to go to Starbucks on the weekends, time away from my family, for 3+ hours. And you know what I worked on? Not inviting, not following up, posts through Facebook for my challenge group. Seriously. Like I would spend 3 hours doing that. Like I would make like $100 in like a month, and I would take all this time away from my family, and my priorities were in the wrong place. It was so in the wrong place. Beachbody does all that for us. We have challenge group guides. They don't have to be perfect. It's about support, and it's about the program.
And it's about coming from the heart.
Yes. You're breaking up so bad, Nicole. I'm so sorry. Can you hear us? I got that we're coming from the heart. I agree with that.
You post. Yeah. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Now we can hear you.
Yeah, and just making it from the heart, you know, it doesn't have to be this perfectly, you know, like Lauren was saying, she spent so much time like wording it appropriately and getting pictures, and just let it right from the heart, and then go back and check it for grammar real quick.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
or autocorrect. That can get you in trouble.
Yes, it always gets me in trouble. We're running out of time. We're at 3 minutes. I put a letter in the mail to all of you guys. Allison, I've got to start putting you on my list because you're always on our calls and you're part of the team. So no, you just need to be on my list. So you need to put your message me your address. I got this really cool thing at our Super Saturday here in Virginia Beach, and it was, I think I talked about it in the last call, but it was a postcard, and on one side it said like what will your goals be for 2015, like where's your journey going, and on the back side of the postcard is where you write your goals on. I put a letter in the mail to you guys with the postcard, and all I want you to do is put your 2015 goals on that postcard. I already have it pre-postage for you. Put it back in the mail, already has my address on it, and send it back to me. Make sure you fill in your name and your address, obviously. And at the end of the year, I'm going to mail it to you guys so you can really see, did you hit those goals? That includes big, hairy, scary goals. Sometimes we say shoot for the stars because no matter what, when you miss, you're still going to hit some. You may not hit the star that you're shooting for, but you're going to still hit for some stars along the way. So put some of those in there, but still be realistic about your goals because you don't want to stress yourself out about it. If I looked at my goals from last year to where they are this year, even the ones this year still scare me. You know, saying I want a team of over 100 people, that's tripling. That's not a normal thing in business. Like if we're in a business setting, that's like, it's not even saying I grew my business 20%. That's like quadrupling it times that. I don't know. So anyways, I have some really big, hairy, scary goals. You guys are a part of that. I think your teams will be a part of that because ultimately I want you guys to grow this because I want your teams to grow. So I'm here for you always. If there's something you need, please don't forget, post it in our group. That's what it's there for. And that's all I got. I mean, that's it, Success Club. We're halfway through the month. There's still time. You still can do it. It's 3 people. 3 people, relationships first. That is my theme for this year. It says everyone matters. And I was like, oh my God, that was so perfect. Because last year when I realized, and I got my head out of the I have to sell and I have to hit Success Club, I realized if I put relationships first, the rest just follows. If you are true proof of the product, which means we believe in it, and you're focused on relationships, it's going to follow. Sometimes, you know, we'll get desperate in the last minute and things don't go exactly as planned. And, you know, then maybe that's when we have to pull, you know, the parachute, you know, because you want to land. But, you know, my goal is relationships first. And I wholeheartedly believe if you guys, like Nicole said, are real, your relationships are first, you're focused on you, and you're just breathing that out to people, then you'll be a successful coach. So, all right, you guys, that's all I got. We're going to run out of time. So I'm going to say peace out. Go to bed. Lights out. I got to be up at 5. Did you work? Are you working? Are you working? Hey, don't forget personal development. I always forget about that. 10 pages a day. It's not much. All right, I'm going to end the meeting. Bye.